Have you ever felt like your panic attack hit you out of nowhere? Your chest tightens, you can't breathe, it feels like something terrible is happening, even though nothing's actually wrong. In this video, I'm going to show you why anxiety and panic often feel random, but actually aren't, and how past experiences shape how we feel today. And most importantly, you learn strategies on how to bring safety to your body. I know firsthand how it feels to have panic attacks that seem to come out of nowhere. The racing heart, the fear, the confusion, I've been there too. Most people think the anxiety just appears without warning. But what's really happening is that your nervous system is remembering a time it didn't feel safe. Take Sally, for example. She was getting panic attacks in her kitchen. No warning, no trigger she could think of. But as we talked, her story came out. Her dad passed away, and 2 weeks later, her mom died unexpectedly. She had to keep working, raise a child, and survive betrayal in her marriage. Later, her daughter nearly died from COVID. Basically, her body had never had the chance to process any of it. Was her panic attack random? No, not really. It was her nervous system saying, I can't take this pressure anymore. I need help. This is too much. When we can see anxiety as a messenger, not as malfunction, we can begin to work with our body, not against it. You know, when we feel anxious or panic, logic actually disappears. That's because the part of your brain that makes sense of things goes offline in survival mode. When I've experienced panic attacks, it mostly happened during the night, just before I got to bed. I was scared to go to bed, fearing anxiety would just start again. And I remember thinking, why do I feel this way? Nothing bad is happening. But looking back, I was a new mom, no family around, carrying a lot of pressure, and I grew up in an unpredictable environment. My body had been holding tension all day, and it couldn't keep holding it any longer. So next time anxiety shows up, maybe before you leave the house or have an important conversation or lie in bed and your body suddenly shifts into fight, flight, or freeze, I'd like you to remember your logical brain isn't running the show, your survival brain is. And let's slow this down for a second and focus on what that actually means. You see, when your nervous system detects a threat, whether it's real or just feels familiar, your body automatically shifts into survival mode. Your prefrontal cortex, your logical brain, goes offline. Your amygdala, your danger detector, takes over. And your body prepares to fight, flee, or freeze. And here's the thing, all of this starts happening way before you're consciously aware of it. So what does it mean in real life? Well, it means you can't think your way out of panic response. And even if you try to convince yourself, I'm fine, I'm okay, just calm down, it won't work because your body's like, nope, still not safe. And it also means that trying to stay positive when you're deeply triggered is like taking a painkiller for a broken leg. It might dull the pain for a little while, but it doesn't actually heal the injury underneath. In fact, trying to force positive thinking while you're dysregulated can actually make things worse because it adds another layer of pressure. Why can't I just snap out of this? And I get it, we just want these feelings to go away. But here's the thing, it's not about logic, it's about safety. Those intense anxiety sensations, they're not your fault. It's not a lack of effort. It's not a weakness. It's a nervous system response. Your body isn't failing you. It's doing its best to protect you in the only way it knows how. Even if we wish it could deliver the message a little more gently, right? Did you know all the emotions don't just disappear? They wait patiently for a moment when you're finally safe enough to feel them. It's like they've been sitting quietly in the background, and when the coast feels clear, they gently raise their hand or knock on your door and asking, can I be seen now? Take Sue, for example. She came to me after feeling anxious her whole life. Even as a little girl, something in her body just never felt settled. And doctors told her, there's something wrong with you, and described medication to manage it, which she ended up depending on for years. But the anxiety never truly disappeared. During a session, a memory surfaced. As a child, she was always afraid her mom wouldn't come back, even from something as ordinary as going to the shops. That little girl felt alone and afraid, and that fear of abandonment never really left her. It just lived quietly in the background. So we brought safety to that younger part of her, the one who had carried fear and uncertainty for decades without support. And when that part of her finally felt seen, understood, and safe, her nervous system began to settle and she felt more at ease in her day-to-day life. And as you can see, there was nothing wrong with her. Yes, the medication helped calm her nervous system at times, but the anxiety never really went away. In her case, medication was like putting a band-aid on a broken arm. It might ease the pain for a little while, but it doesn't help you heal from the inside. True healing often begins when we stop asking, "What's wrong with me?" and start asking, "What do I need to feel safe now?" When anxiety shows up, we often try to push it away to make it stop. But here's the thing, what you resist persists. Trying to suppress emotions can actually increase tension in the body. But when you create space for the body to feel safe, that's when real change happens. I know it feels counterintuitive, but I speak from personal experience and from watching this unfold in my clients. Take Michelle, for example. She'd had panic attacks for no reason for decades. In our work together, we explored her childhood. She remembered growing up in a strict household on the farm. She had to follow rules, do chores, and keep emotions to herself. Expressing how she felt was considered rude. But during a session, she finally gave voice and expressed her inner child's words. She just wanted to stay and play with her friends instead of going home to do more chores. Expressing herself like that allowed the pressure from her jaw to soften, and the panic attacks started to fade. And for the first time in 40 years, she could finally breathe easily. And as you can see, suppressed emotions don't vanish. They build up, stack up, and wait until there's no more room left. But when you finally let those feelings be felt, seen, and heard, your body can begin to release what it's been carrying, sometimes for decades. I want you to imagine a box, and every day you shove emotions into it. The sadness, the stress, the grief, even happiness. And day after day, it gets fuller. Until one day, the box is full, the lid starts to rattle. Then someone says something to you, or you get unexpected news, and suddenly it all spills out. You feel panicky, shaky, and out of control. But you know what? It doesn't have to be this way. Anxiety, stress, panic, they're not flaws, they're signals. They're the symptoms we see on the surface, like the tip of an iceberg. But under the surface, that's where your body has been storing everything it never had a chance to process. That full box of emotions, it's still there, and your nervous system feels it. So now you don't need to control the symptoms. You need to start unpacking that box. And if you're ready to do that, gently and with support, you can book a free strategy call with me using the link below. From a trauma-informed lens, anxiety often isn't a problem to fix. It's a younger part of you doing exactly what it learned to do to keep you safe. Take Vivian, for example. She came to me because she constantly felt on edge, like her body was always bracing for something. When we explored deeper, we discovered her anxiety had started way back in primary school. Her parents worked long hours and she had to care for her younger sister. The responsibility on her little shoulders was immense. She couldn't afford for anything to go wrong, not with herself and not with her sister. There was no room for mistakes, no space to be a child, and underneath it all, she carried a quiet resentment toward her parents for placing her in a role she wasn't ready for. She felt like she had to grow up too fast, and her body never stopped being on alert. But during a session, she finally expressed the anger and frustration she'd held in for decades, and we brought safety to the younger part of her that had never felt supported. I'll never forget when she said, "For the first time in 40 years, I actually feel safe inside." You see, trauma isn't just what happened, it's what your nervous system didn't have the capacity to process. When something is too overwhelming to deal with, your body adapts in the only way it knows how, by bracing, by coping, by staying in survival mode. The challenge is that those adaptations can start to feel normal. Feeling anxious, hypervigilant, or always on edge becomes the baseline. But just because it feels familiar doesn't mean it's how you're meant to live. So I'd like to suggest a few techniques that will help you feel safe again in your body. and help your inner child feeling heard, seen, and felt. The first one is find safety in your body. Start by taking a few deep, gentle breaths. Now ask yourself, can I find any part of my body that feels relaxed right now? Maybe it's your hands, your fingers, your ankles, your thighs. Wherever it is, bring your attention there, softly and with curiosity. How does that part feel? Is it warm, soft, steady, mellow? Keep breathing deeply as you stay with that sense of relaxation. And let yourself feel it. Be present with it. Then when you're ready, gently anchor that feeling into your body. Maybe place your hand on your heart, or hold your hands together, or rest a palm on your belly, or give yourself a nice gentle hug. There's no really right or wrong way to do this. The touch creates connection, and this simple act helps your brain begins to associate that touch with the feeling of being safe and relaxed. When you feel you are calmer, you can say to yourself, this is what calm feels like. I can come back here. Next, go to your inner safe place. I'd like you to pause for a minute and ask yourself, is there an image, a memory, or place where I feel safe or supported? It could be real or imagined place. Maybe it's a beach or beautiful forest or your grandparents' home or a favorite park where you feel calm and free. Wherever that place is, allow yourself to gently wander there in your mind. Spend a few moments just being in that place. What do you see around you? What do you hear? What does the air feel like? What's beneath your feet? Let your body soak up that feeling of comfort and support. You might even imagine your inner child there with you, feeling safe, welcome, and at ease. You can return to this place anytime. It lives inside you, and your nervous system can learn to feel safe there again and again. Next technique is to orient to the present moment. So gently bring your awareness to your surroundings. Take a slow breath, then look around and softly name what you see. What's in front of you? What's above you? What's beneath your feet? Now choose one object that feels neutral or positive to look at. It might be a plant, a candle, a cup of tea, or even a pattern on the wall. Let your eyes rest on it gently, no strain, no effort. Soften your gaze like you're receiving through your eyes. Notice the details. What do you like about it? Maybe the color, the shape, the texture. As you continue to gaze, notice how your body feels. Is there even the tiniest shift, slightly softer? Do you feel a little more at ease? And when you feel that sense of softness, relaxation, or even a small sense of comfort, anchor it into your body, just like before. Place your hand on your heart or your belly, or give yourself a gentle hug. Let your body know it's safe and say, this is what calm feels like. I'm safe right now. You're teaching your nervous system that it's okay to settle, that the present moment can hold safety, even for a short amount of time. And I'd like to encourage you to practice one or two of these strategies regularly, even when you're not feeling anxious. So when you do need to feel safe or relaxed in your body, it's easier to access. And by the way, if you notice you've been stuck in thoughts, don't shame yourself. The moment you notice you're not present, you are present again. Think about it like you watch a YouTube video and an ad pops up. You notice it and you return to your video, right? Same with your thoughts. Notice them and bring your attention back to your breath and to your body. That's the power of awareness. And it's something your inner child didn't always have, but now she does. If you resonate with what I shared today and would like help with managing your anxiety, feel free to reach out and book yourself a free strategy call with me. There's no obligation, just a stress-free chat to understand what you're experiencing at the moment. The link is below this video. In my next video, I'll be showing you different breathing exercises to help you regulate your nervous system and feel calmer quickly. So click here and I'll see you soon.